Hey guys, so I have been in a mixed episode for the last couple weeks, and so I thought I would just talk a little bit about it today. So, obviously, the depression side is the worst because, it's depression, you're exhausted, you have no energy, you have no motivation, you're not interested in anything, if it gets bad enough, you feel like you want to die and you just don't want to be here anymore, and you exclude yourself from everything, you isolate yourself from people that love you and care about you. So, depression is the worst, for me anyway. It might not be like that for other people, it might be mild for other people with bipolar disorder. And then mania or hypomania is addicting and it's awesome. Like, you feel like you're on top of the world, you feel like you can do anything, you are interested in things you're normally not. You get really focused into shit. You're starting a bunch of projects that you can't finish because you put too much shit on your plate. Mania is, for me, it's awesome, and I wish I could be manic every single day because I don't do crazy things when I'm manic. Some people do. Some people need to be hospitalized, and I've heard some stories. But for me, mania is like anything I need to get done on a to-do list, it gets done. And I can like rearrange the cabinets in my kitchen in a couple hours, and I can clean my whole fucking house in a day. Like, I'm in and out of the house constantly, always wanting to go to Walmart or Walgreens or my bank or Hobby Lobby or wherever. Like, I just come and go constantly all day, and I can never sit still. And mania is just, for me, it's awesome. Now, mixed episodes are the worst for me. Like, next to depression, it's mixed episodes are defined as having features of depression and mania at the same time, which sucks and it's uncomfortable because your mind is racing. You have all of these things that you want to get done, but you're exhausted and you can't get them done. And you may have crying spells and can't even get out of bed in the morning, but you just want to be productive and you're still like doing impulsive things, and it's just rough. And I feel so bad for anybody out there who suffers from mixed episodes just like I do, because it really sucks. And it can come and go, like, not just all throughout the day, like, oh, a little bit here sorry, let me adjust my camera. It can come and go throughout different days, not just one day, like, oh, this morning I was feeling really depressed, but all afternoon I was really manic. It can also be like, oh, I was really depressed for a couple of days, and then I was manic for a couple of days, and then I was depressed and manic all throughout a week after. Like, it's so different. Bipolar is such a spectrum, and it's different for every single person who has it. Like, for me, I was depressed for 3, maybe 4 days in a row. I think that was my last video that I posted about the darkness being here, because I thought it was, because I was having crying spells. I couldn't even I couldn't do anything around my house. My husband kept doing the dishes and picking up for me because I just didn't have the energy to do it. I hated my job in those days. I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to go to work. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to sleep. And like, when I'm depressed, all I want to do is sleep, because sleeping is better than feeling like that. And there were a couple times within those 3 or 4 days that I didn't necessarily have suicidal thoughts, but just thoughts of like, I don't want to be here and I don't want to be doing this anymore, and I'm tired of life, and just things like that. And then right after that, it was like I felt really manic and I wanted to like do shit in my house, but I still couldn't because I was in a mixed episode and I was feeling really depressed. And I get crying spells all the fucking time. And like today I woke up and I slept so much yesterday. Took a 3-hour nap in the afternoon, and then I went to bed at like midnight, and I woke up probably like 10 something, probably around 10 o'clock. So I got a lot of sleep, but I felt really fucking tired this morning. Like, I've only been awake a couple hours now, and this morning I was like laying on the couch, like my mind was racing with all of these things. Like, I need to do the dishes, I need to clean the kitchen, I need to mop the floor, I need to pick up the bathrooms because they're fucking gross, I need to vacuum the floor out here, I need to shampoo a little area in the carpet in the hallway that my dog peed on. Like, all of these different things running through my mind while I'm laying there. Like, I can't fucking wake up, I can't get up, I feel exhausted, I just can't do it. I want to do it more than anything. It's all I'm thinking about. And even right now, like, I'm just thinking about how much my dishes need to be done and my kitchen needs to be cleaned because it's bad. And I want to paint and I want to freaking color and I want to do all these things. And I still make impulsive decisions like buying stuff, and which I shouldn't have done because I kind of fucked myself, and now we're sitting pretty low on cash, which is awful. But I was feeling really manic for like a half hour, probably like a week ago. I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy some epoxy resin for my fucking paintings. And if you're a painter or any kind of artist and you get epoxy resin, you know how expensive that shit is. I had the money, but I didn't have the money for that, and I still impulsively bought it. And then like an hour later, it was like, why did I do that? I shouldn't have done that. And then it arrived in the mail like 3 days later because Amazon is awesome, and I was happy about it. But it's just like impulsive things like that, and I just still feel exhausted. And a couple symptoms that I have that I don't know if everybody else has, but for the longest time I thought, before my diagnosis, which was just like 2 months ago, I have always had like, well, not always, but just the last few years, I get hot flashes, like really bad hot flashes. Like, I'll be fine, and then it's like I'm having a hot flash right now, and it's like I can feel the sweat forming on my face, and I always ask my husband, like, can you feel the sweat on my face? Can you see it glistening? Because I am dying. And it'll go on for like 5 minutes or so, and then I'll be normal, or I'll be freezing and I have to put a jacket on, and then 10 minutes later it's back to being hot. Like, I always thought there was something wrong with me, like, medically, not mentally. And that was wrong physically, not mentally. And I, over the years, have had thyroid tests and fucking lupus and all this shit. Like, all of the tests that you could possibly do, everything comes back negative. I don't have regular periods. Sorry, that's a little TMI, but I really don't. And I thought it had something to do with that. And after I had my diagnosis, I turned to YouTube because I like to hear other people's stories, and I like to hear, what they've been through. And I was a crying mess the whole first month after I was diagnosed, because everything was just like clicking. And this one YouTuber was saying how she had hot flashes during mixed episodes. And the way she explained it was like a half-hour video, and the way she explained it was like spot on to how I feel. And also, another strange symptom of being in a mixed episode or mania is large pupils. Your pupils get bigger whenever you're manic, or whenever you're in a mixed episode and you feel manic for a little bit, or however long it lasts, your pupils are larger. And I'd never noticed that before, but every time that I'm manic or I feel manic, I look at my pupils, and then I look at my pupils when I'm depressed, and I'm like, oh, it's a real thing. But yeah, like, I get really bad hot flashes when I'm in a mixed episode, and I've been in one for the last probably 2 weeks, and fuck my life, because it really sucks. And mixed episodes are harder to treat than just bipolar in the way it would be described or diagnosed as from a professional would be like bipolar 1 or 2 with mixed features. And I haven't been diagnosed with that yet because I don't see my therapist and my psychiatrist enough. I skipped my last 2 therapy sessions purposely because I was really depressed. I just couldn't find the energy to get up and go. And my last 2 psychiatry sessions for med management I skipped because, well, the last one I forgot. I woke up late because I was depressed, and it was at like 8:30 in the morning. I didn't wake up till 9:30. And then the one before that, it was supposed to be at one building in one town, but it was really in another one, and I drove all the way, half hour away, and they're like, oh, your appointment is at the other building, so let's reschedule. It was all just fucked up. So I'm currently not on any medications, and that might be why I'm experiencing like I haven't been at a baseline for at least a month, and I've been either depressed, manic, or in a mixed episode, and there's no in between for me right now. And I think that's probably because I'm not on medication, but I don't feel like I need medication all the time. I would really just rather take something when I'm depressed. But yeah, so mixed episodes are no joke, and they suck. And for some people, they're worse than depression or mania. They're the worst thing you could possibly experience. And if you're experiencing a mixed episode, or you ever have, you're not alone. I feel for you. I'm in the same boat, literally, as I'm speaking. And just hang on. Ride the wave. It's going to be okay. Don't think that it's the end of the world. Don't think that it's a bottomless pit. And in those moments that you're feeling really depressed, just reach out to someone that you trust. Reach out to your husband or your wife or your parents or your siblings or best friends or whoever it is that talks you through this stuff and makes you feel better. Hell, if it's me, watch more of my videos. It's gonna be okay. And it sucks. It really does. I can't stress that enough, because there's honestly, like, depression sucks and mania is awesome for me, but can suck for other people. But what sucks more is a mixed episode, because you feel, you want to get shit done, but you can't get shit done. And there's nothing worse than that for me. Like, I have all these thoughts in my head and my mind is racing, like, so much, it's not even funny. And there's all these things that I want to do, and I really need to get them done. And I keep telling myself to just fight the depression and just get up and do it, but it's really hard. And the depression side is just weighing me down. There's really nothing worse than that. It sucks. I'm crying, but I'm hyped up, and I want to get shit done, but I'm tired, and it's just been going on. Please just let me be manic. Like, I felt really, really manic last night. I thought that I was going to be going into mania, and which was hopeful for me, because I love being manic and I get everything done and I'm happy. But I woke up this morning right off the bat having major hot flashes and feeling like I just couldn't get out of bed, and mixed episodes are overwhelming. And I'm sorry if you're going through this. I'm going through this. It sucks, but it's gonna be okay. And if you do a little more research on mixed episodes, you'll probably find more symptoms that I didn't explain just now, because I don't experience all the symptoms of mixed mania. Yeah, I think that's it.